right? So usually we have in our homes, so this kind of wall outlet. So now try to observe that for this wall outlet, so whenever we have some requirement, we will switch it on or we will switch it off. So here try to observe that for these wall outlets, our electrical devices are connected. The electrical devices which are connected to these wall outlet, we will call as a load. As a load. Load is any device which consumes the power. Now try to observe that the nature of the load. Nature of the load. So if for example, if you are connecting your mobile charger, how long will you connect the mobile charger? As long as your phone gets charged. Once it gets charged, you will remove this. That means load is off. Now after that, so let us say you want to listen the class, then you will be connecting your laptop. Then after some time, then your sister, brother is coming and putting some other device over here, some any electronic device. So like that, try to observe. So from here means from the wall outlet. So many devices are we are connecting. So depends on our requirement, and those devices are not continuously switched on over 24 hours. So depends on our requirement. For some time, let us say for 1 hour, we may connect the phone charger. Phone charger. Then for next 1 hour, you may connect the laptop. And after next 1 hour, you may connect one table fan. Let us say some fan. Like this, depends on our necessity. We are continuously changing our load. So the nature of the load here is that it will not be constant. It will be continuously changing. Then what is constant is behind this wall. Behind this wall, we have electrical network. Backside of this, what do we have? We have big electrical network. Big electrical network, which is consistent. So which is consistent. Now let us try to imagine that entire network is inside a box, as like we could not see this what is there, so behind that. So now what are we interested is that some terminals, as like in our home, only two terminals are there. Let us say we have one positive, one negative, or phase and neutral. It's your wish. PH means phase, N means neutral. Phase and neutral, or positive and negative. Two terminals. Let us leave the third terminal, etc. Those are of not interest right now. So now think of that. So this is what the behind, this is wall outlet. Let us assume that this is what wall outlet. Wall outlet. Now just try to see the phenomena. What is going to be happen is that, so let me take a switch and let me connect an element over here. This may be a charger. Where I am connecting? This I am connecting to my wall outlet. Then after some time, so I might be interested to connect one more device. So whenever I require, I will try to switch it on. So this may be switch S2, this may be switch S1, like that. Now try to see that usually analysis means what are we interested is that we are interested in finding the voltage across these loads, which we call as VL, and current through these loads as IL, as because it is load 1, so I'll call IL1. This is load 2, I'll call this as IL2. So ultimately what are we interested is voltage across these loads. But when these switches are on and off, try to observe the behind these wall outlets, this inside this box, as like so behind your wall, there is a big electrical network. That what I said, let me write here. This is a electrical circuit, electrical network or circuit. So now in this network, what might be the elements? Just think that behind your wall, so how the system is connected, just think a while. So there might be source somewhere there might be source, that may be voltage source, or that may be current source. And not only that, there might be some other loads which may be resistors, and there may be some inductive natures, capacitive natures, etc. Now as of now we know only resistors, voltage source, current sources. So let us think in that direction. What does this network contains? This contains active and passive elements both. So this contains active and passive elements. Passive elements. Now what are we interested is to find these load currents. So just assume that you have a big network in which the network is consistent, but only portion of the elements are changing time to time. Now can I make this entire network into one single equivalent circuit? So whenever this load is connected, just simply I can say this current is some voltage divided by some resistance like that. Whenever second load is connected, I will say that same voltage divided by the corresponding resistance. So this kind of idea led to Thevenin's theorem. So let us introduce the Thevenin's theorem here. So Thevenin's theorem states that a linear two-terminal circuit, Here is our circuit. Let us say the terminals of the circuit is AB. And inside this circuit, all the elements are obeying the linearity property. That's why we are calling it is a linear circuit. And what kind of elements we have in this is active and passive. So all are obeying the linearity property. Such a circuit can be replaced by an equivalent circuit. Means even if we replace this entire box with some values that must exhibit same kind of voltage current characteristics at the terminals AB. That is what the equivalence means. Remember, in electrical systems, once somebody is talking about the equivalence, that equivalence will be seen always in terms of voltage current characteristics. Let us say if I am equal to U means, so whatever capability I have, that voltage current characteristics I have, you also must have same voltage current characteristics. Then we can say both are equal. Like that, equivalence means, so in terms of the voltage current characteristics, where at the terminals AB. So now what are we saying here is that a linear two-terminal circuit can be replaced by an equivalent circuit consisting of a voltage source in series with a resistor. So this entire box, which is a linear circuit, can be replaced by a single voltage source as like this, in series with a resistor of RTH. So this is what the Thevenin's theorem. Thevenin's theorem states that any linear two-terminal circuit can be replaced by an equivalent circuit consisting of a single voltage source in series with a single resistor. See that? So a big network of these many elements like voltage sources, current sources, resistors and several active passive elements. So you can imagine behind your wall, so you can imagine how many transmission lines, how many distribution lines, how many sources are there. Like some hundred thousands of sources are there. Such a big network, it is possible to replace with a single voltage source in series with a resistor. Once this is done, you can see if I will connect any load over here, knowing that load resistance is known to me. So let us say this is L1 whose load resistance is RL1. Now it is easy to find the current through this load which is IL1, as this is a simple circuit like VTH in series with RTH and in series with RL1. Now can we find the current? IL1 is equal to voltage divided by the total resistance. So what is the resistance is RTH plus RL1. So in this simple way we can find the current. Now after some time, if I will connect some other load, let us say load 2, then after some time I might be connecting next L2, load L2. So if I will be connecting load L2, then I can find that also simply in this way. I no need to repeat this entire procedure towards the left side. So what is changing now is only load 2. This circuit remains the same. Left side of this means this inside the dotted box, the circuit remains same. As because I am not changing that circuit and I am not going into the wall of here and I am not going to disconnect or connect any of the circuits there. What I could do is that I can remove this charger and I can connect one fan. Now I need how much is the current drawn by that fan. So that might be this load 2. Load 2 you can imagine as a fan. Now can I find this load 2 current? In a simple way, like without much difficulty, which I already did some analysis by using Thevenin's theorem, that behind the wall this is the equivalent circuit. Now if a new load is connected, I can make this analysis very quickly by using the previous Thevenin's equivalent network as RTh plus RL2. Like this, whatever may be the load connected at this wall outlet, you can find its corresponding current, voltage, all the things. That is the beauty of this Thevenin's theorem. So we can replace any two-terminal linear network by one single voltage source in series with a resistance. Now the thing is, what you need to think is that what is this one voltage source value and what is this one resistance value. That is what the most important section in the Thevenin's theorem, where we need to get how much is VTH, how much is the RTH. Now let us see what is VTH, Thevenin's voltage. So Thevenin's voltage. So let me take here some space here, and let us define what is Thevenin's voltage means. So Thevenin's voltage. What is exactly Thevenin's voltage? We usually represent this with V suffix TH, means Thevenin's voltage. So it is defined in this way, that it is the open circuit voltage. Open circuit means OC. Open circuit voltage at the load terminals. Usually we take AB terminals. So it is the open circuit voltage at the load terminals. Now you can imagine that this kind of circuit. So let me take this simple diagram. Now, so this is a linear circuit, and now let me take this some space. This is a circuit, and we know that this circuit consists of various elements. So that circuit active and passive elements, and let us assume here that we might have a load over here. Now how we define Thevenin's voltage is that first we remove this load, as like, just you can imagine in better way as like here. See here, now somebody has connected the charger, means now your phone is getting charged, means your phone is taking the power from this socket. What we do is that we remove this first, we remove this charger, we pull out. So that is what the no load or open circuit. So now once we do that, see, assume that now we removed that charger. So what happened here is that it got open. This is what open circuit. Once you switch off, that makes the open circuit. Now I disconnected the load. Because of that, it created one open circuit. Now there what we do? We measure voltage from A to B. How much is the voltage from A to B? That itself is what the VTH. We will not do any other changes. What we do is just we disconnect the load, directly we measure the voltage between that load terminals. That is what the Thevenin's voltage. So I'll show through the examples also. Just try to understand that we have a big circuit in this way. So in this circuit I am not making any change. What I am doing is that I am removing the load and measuring the voltage between those terminals. That what gives the open circuit voltage at the load terminals, which is equal to Thevenin's voltage. So this Thevenin's voltage can also be referred as open circuit voltage at load terminals. At load terminals. Don't say that all open circuit voltages are equal to Thevenin's voltage. Wherever you need, like load, so at that terminals you try to remove the load, thereby open circuit is created. Then try to measure that open circuit voltage, which is equal to Thevenin's voltage. Clear? So let us move on to the next thing, that the second important factor in the Thevenin's theorem is RTH, Thevenin's resistance. So what is Thevenin's resistance here is that, now let me take again this same diagram and try to understand through this diagram. Now assume that previously we have load over here, we removed it. Because of that, what are we getting here? Open circuit terminals. What are the open circuit terminals? A and B. A and B are the open circuit terminals, OC terminals. Next. So this is a linear circuit. We stated that this circuit consists of voltage sources, current sources, all resistors, many things. What we do is that we make all the active elements to be 0. All the active elements we make it to be 0. If all the active elements are made 0 inside this big circuit, what is left out? Only passive elements. Now, when only passive elements are there, usually that might be resistors in DC circuit. In DC circuits, usually those are resistors. Now, can we find, as like with the previous knowledge, if resistors are connected series, parallel, etc., can we make that equivalent resistance at AB terminals? That is what the Thevenin's resistance. Now see the statement. It is the equivalent resistance seen from where are we seeing? We are seeing from the open circuit terminals. Where are the open circuit terminals? Here. So at this AB terminals, you look in this direction and see that how much is your equivalent resistance, which is RAB, when all sources in the circuit here are made 0. Usually the sources means independent sources only. If there are any dependent sources, we deal such cases later on. So as of now, assume that circuit consists only independent sources. So we make all independent sources to be 0. So inside the circuit, then it is left with only passive elements. So we can simply find the equivalent resistance between AB terminals. That what it gives, the RAB, which is the Thevenin's resistance, R suffix TH, which is the Thevenin's resistance. So these are the important steps in finding the Thevenin's equivalent. So first thing is, what are we saying? A big network which consists of several elements here, active and passive elements, can be replaced by one voltage source in series with one resistance. What is that voltage source value is? The open circuit voltage at these terminals. What is this resistance is? The equivalent resistance seen from these two terminals when all sources in the network made 0. So this is what the Thevenin's theorem statement and introduction